Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com. This is the chart. It's the new moon, 25th of June 2025, and it's set for London, and it occurs about 11:31 BST. Now, a new moon is a new beginning. However, the moon is invisible, and I counsel people very much to say, don't start anything at a new moon, exactly a new moon, because the public represents the moon and you can't see the moon. However, it is the beginning of something new, and it's a very auspicious new moon. The reason being, here's Jupiter, recently entered Cancer for a whole year in its exaltation sign. Cancer is very much about family and feelings, about bonds between families and inheritance, all those kinds of things. And of course, there's the sun and moon right next to it. We have Mars now in Virgo, which is an earth sign, in an incredibly good relationship to the new moon. It's a sextile. The blue dotted line is what we call the sextile, which means there's an ease about it. Water signs and earth signs work very well together. They do. We have Venus still in Taurus, another earth sign where she is in her own sign. I call her she, but Venus is all about relationships. And it's all about, with Uranus very close by, these can be unexpected, things that come out of the blue. And Venus does concern money as well. It's in a very good relationship, both Uranus and Venus, with the South Node. The South Node is past lives. It can be in your own birth chart, and it's the eclipses. And the South Node currently is in Virgo. So you can see that Mars will be joining that South Node during the course of the next few weeks. Neptune and Saturn, they are side by side in Aries, here they are, and both will be going retrograde. We are at the new moon, we've actually got only one retrograde planet, and that's Pluto. However, we are going to be experiencing, I think is the right word, a lot of retrogrades coming up. Saturn will go retrograde 13th of July. Neptune will go retrograde the 5th of July. Uranus is still retrograde all month, all the time. And Jupiter is moving very fast. It won't go retrograde until the 12th of November. So that is about expansion. It's about having faith. Jupiter is the big, beautiful, huge planet. You could put all the other planets inside Jupiter and you would still have acres of room. I mean, huge. So it does literally protect our Earth. It absorbs things such as asteroids that could come and cause a lot of damage on Earth. So it has that energy of protection. Notice there is what we call a yod. The dotted green lines form with the new moon and Jupiter and Mars. They are looking at Pluto. It's called an inconjunct, those two energies. What it means basically is that the water sign, the earth sign, don't get on with air. And Pluto is now in Aquarius, an air sign. However, Pluto itself is in a good relationship to Neptune and Saturn. Pluto is all about deep unconscious stuff. It's about buried treasure. I'm always thinking of all the fantasy stories about recovering the treasure underneath the ground, the earth. It is also Pluto forming a very good relationship. It's not so strong as the others in terms of the strength of the line will represent how strong it is, but it is in a good relationship to Uranus. And Uranus, lo and behold, is about to change sign. It's moving into Gemini on the 7th of July. It will go back into Taurus, as most planets do when they enter a new sign. But this really is a big shift of energy. Uranus, I believe, likes the sign of Gemini. It's got the qualities of ideas, revolutions, communication sign of Gemini, things such as AI, is very prevalent right now. So the qualities here could also, Cancer is also about memories. It's about a journal or a diary, about writing down things such as your memories, what's important for you. Do you keep a journal? Do you keep photographs? Nowadays it's on the mobile phone, but it could be, I have in my possession some very precious photographs. One is my mother as a very small child, really fascinating to see it, with her grandmother and her sister. It's an extraordinary picture and very clear, extraordinary. So the qualities of home, family, feelings, kinships, very, very potent at this new moon. And notice, last year we didn't have Jupiter there at a new moon in Cancer. We didn't. It's new. It's only every 12 years that you will see Jupiter in Cancer. That's what makes this new moon very, very special. One thing I do want to say, when I see Neptune and Saturn together, I always imagine themes such as sacrifice, how we might sacrifice ourselves. Our moving forward is Aries. Chiron's in Aries, the wounded healer in that sign. So not putting ourselves first. And that is not a good idea. Truly, about caring for oneself is extremely important. So thank you for watching. I have a special offer on my website right now for a consultation for £88 for 90 minutes. Usually it's 108. And I would love to support and help you, whatever's going on in your life right now. And I also work with Vedic astrology, which always adds a depth, I believe, and shows different cycles in someone's life. So thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com.